She claimed her decision to film her own reality show ended her 15-year friendship with Sam Faiers.And Ferne McCann appeared to take a swipe at her former TOWIE co-star in the debut episode of the new series of her show First Time Mum. The reality star, 27, who welcomed her baby girl Sunday in November, said you really find out who your friends are after having a baby, seeming to allude to her and Sam's falling out. The comment came as Ferne's former TOWIE co-star Danielle Armstrong came over for some wine. Saying how happy she was to see Danielle, Ferne added, "After this year you really find out who your friends are." The beauty was roundly praised by fans for her down-to-earth nature and how she dealt with the demands of being a new mother. One fan wrote, "At Ferne McCann.First Time Mum, you're a great mum. Baby Sunday is so lucky to have lovely mummy like you, and you're so real, not fake or stuck up. It's not easy being a mum, let alone a single parent, so even harder having to play both roles. You should be proud of yourself." Another added, "Great to see at Ferne McCann.First Time Mum. Not easy to pick up from the drama of last year and raise a little baby, juggle a career and keep all the balls in the air. Congrats on such a down-to-earth show." One fan wrote, "Ferne is so down-to-earth, not acting like she's perfect all the time and not doing stuff just for the cameras." Another, impressed with Ferne's honest admissions about what breastfeeding had done to her bust, added, "Loved First Time Mum at Ferne McCann is too funny and so honest about the actual reality of motherhood. Spaniels." One fan wrote, "At Ferne McCann, your show represents so many of us single mums in the country. I've been parenting alone for 6 years nearly. The ups and downs are unreal. You should be proud. First Time Mum." Another added to the praise, writing, "Added, love how down-to-earth at Ferne McCann is, such a strong woman and perfect mum to baby Sunday. Lucky girl to have you as her mummy. We all salute you." Ferne McCann.First Time Mum. Ahead of the show's explosive comeback, the stunner spoke exclusively to MailOnline about the trials and tribulations of life as a single mother, the constant headlines surrounding her life, and her newly slimmed-down frame. She has been hit by reports about a relationship with Sam Faiers, who Ferne insisted ended their friendship due to having rival shows. Contrary to reports, it was due to Ferne ignoring Sam's advice over acid attacker ex Arthur Collins. First Time Mum hit screens originally last year when Ferne's pregnancy was documented in the Fly on the Wall show, shot shortly after Sunday's father Arthur Collins was arrested for a horrific acid attack. After winning huge praise for her bravery and can-do attitude, the reality favorite is returning to screens to follow her first foray into parenthood and how she is tackling life as a single mother to the tot, who was born in November. Prior to Ferne scooping her own show, Sam debuted her parenting program, The Baby Diaries, in 2016, which followed the TOWIE original on her path to parenthood with baby Paul Tony and her partner Paul Knightley. Ferne is understandably desperate to distance her public profile from her ex after he was convicted of jibe when he sprayed partygoers with acid following an argument at an East London nightclub during the Easter weekend last April. The attack left several clubbers hospitalized and scarred for life, while some required skin grafts. Arthur is currently serving a 20-year jail sentence for the act.It was later claimed that Sam ended her friendship with Ferne after she warned Ferne off Arthur, only for the alleged advice to fall on deaf ears. At the time, sources said Sam had made her feelings about him very clear to Ferne and begged her to break off their relationship. But Ferne ignored her advice, and that had a detrimental effect on their friendship, and they eventually stopped talking. Hitting back at the claims, Ferne told MailOnline, "I was hearing that she warned me off Arthur. That is completely untrue, and you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. Sam Faiers never met Arthur. After the incident, she was at my birthday and I don't know. There's absolutely no truth in that. The reason as far as I'm concerned is that she fell out with me is because I decided to take the show. We had like 15 years of friendship. My first baby is 1 week apart from her baby, and it can still be lovely, and all I'll say is it's a terrible shame." Despite their feud, the girls are set to come face-to-face at Sam's sister and Ferne's good friend Billy Faiers' Ibiza hen do ahead of her nuptials to Greg Shepherd. Ferne said, "We're all going to Ibiza for Billy's hen do. I haven't done anything wrong to Sam to worry about being there. To make this clear, Sam fell out with me. I haven't done anything wrong but take the show, and of course I was going to take it." On the intricacies of the feud, Ferne stated, "It's out there, and for such a time we always get asked for comment and we haven't given them any because I felt there was no need. Me and Sam have fallen out, and the reason was I took this fantastic opportunity and chose to do this show. She just wasn't best pleased, she wasn't overly joyed that I gave this opportunity and decided to take it. What upset it further was I gave her the opportunity to set the record straight with why we fell out, because there were so many bogus stories. I'm a single mother looking after my baby. Every time I've been asked, I've never wanted to say too much as I don't want to add fuel to the fire, because it was a friendship that I really loved and I never wanted it to be broken. I didn't want my words to be twisted. The facts are plain and simple. We fell out because I did the show. It had nothing to do with Arthur Collins.It's rubbish. I gave her the opportunity to set the record straight, she didn't, and I just feel it's a terrible shame. We had such a lovely friendship, and when you're younger you say we want to have kids together. We have 2 girls, they're 1 week apart. It's not my beef, and I'm sick and tired of rubbish stories making me look bad that aren't true. I want the truth to be out there. I want it to be truthful. I have no reason to lie. Aside from her friendships, Ferne also in true Ferne style candidly discussed how her body has changed since Sunday's arrival, including her most intimate body parts. After likening her intimate regions to filet mignon on the first episode of the show, she revealed she is on a quest to normalize talking about post-baby bodies. She said, "I feel like I've got a prolapse womb, and then my friends were Googling images of a prolapse womb, but I feel that not every woman is completely different, every birth is completely different, every body is completely different. In my situation my down below didn't alter too much, and it surprised me because I thought it would change. And I thought, do you know what? I need to change this. There's so many horror stories that put girls off, but for me it didn't change." Ferne discussed breastfeeding and how her bust has changed since Sunday's arrival. "My boobs, they say as a woman your boobs change 8 or 10 times in your life, and in the past year, my boobs are a symbol of how much has changed in my life. They are so different now. I'm not the plastic kind of girl, even though I've had my nose job. I would like a very natural boob job. I'm proud of them because I've fed her and I've nurtured her with them. I've really tried to stop breastfeeding, but when she's awake in the middle of the night, if she does wake up, it's quite easy." A week after Holly Willoughby was slammed by mummy shamers for attending a streets gig due to her being away from her children, Ferne hit back at the clan of trolls who will blast parents. She went on, "It's so ridiculous that mummy shamers hit out at Holly Willoughby. I've had a few nights out since Sunday, and I'm far more conscious of what I put on social media because there's so many mummy shamers. I haven't really experienced it because it's quite important to still have a life away from your baby and still feel like you. It's got better with time. The public that write on my social and my platforms are lovely, and they've got me through the bad times and the tough times, and it really does make a difference. I don't get that many trolls and people who troll me on my feed. I found it hilarious. I will choose to ignore it because there's no point in giving your energy to that one nasty comment. Especially being a single parent in the public eye. How many single parents are doing it on their own. Not everything in life is sweetness and delight." Although extremely keen to distance herself from incarcerated Arthur and move on with her life, Ferne felt it essential to reference the situation in the show, where she revealed he has exerted his rights to act as parent to Sunday. Ferne said, "I feel like it would be weird for me not to mention what happened with Sunday and everything because I spoke about it in the first show, so I thought, get it out in the first bit and get it over and done with. That's not a part of my day-to-day life, that's not part of my life at all. It is weird for me now because I am actively moving on. My life day-to-day, that doesn't define me. So I thought, nip it in the bud. Get it out of the way." Having been previously accused of cashing in on the situation, she said, "I was criticized for however I was going to handle it. It's the most ridiculous thing to say I was cashing in on it. Before any of this happened, I was a reality star, and I was never cashing in on it. I was offered a show. It might have been plucked from one tweet, and I have to back myself up." Following her recent trip to take Sunday to see Arthur in jail, she said, "I think I'm quite open and honest about the hardest thing about being a parent is having to make decisions on behalf of someone else. You're solely responsible for her. I have to make every decision on behalf of Sunday. It was the most difficult decision I've made to date. I did seek professional help. Arthur exerted his parental rights and I felt like, if anyone was going to take her to prison, it was going to be me. I'm her mother, I spend every moment of her life to date with her. And I want to feel she's in a safe environment, and her safety is my priority." After revealing she never took maternity leave, Ferne admitted she puts pressure on herself. As she said, "I definitely do. And I do feel in this industry nothing is secure in life, so I felt I have a huge responsibility and it's not about me anymore. And it's about Sunday, and I do like to be busy. I almost obsess over the little things and I treat them as a diversion. Like at the moment, I'm really bugged out by my nails and my eyelashes, and just to clear that up, it's not like third world problems, it's a distraction and a diversion, so I don't sit and think about the big things. I get bees in my bonnet. I didn't take maternity leave. I just couldn't. On the latest episode of the show, she is seen to be stressing out over taking a promotional Instagram snap, which she admitted was her work, so as to explain why she throws herself into the imagery, the Instagram posts are my work. People get up and do the London commute, or they work in a supermarket, and it's all relative to that individual. And when I have a job, I want to put 100% in, and I want to get assurance that I do it properly and that I get booked again. It does seem petty to others, but to me, it's me being a perfectionist. I've got a deadline and a brand who want their picture posted. If I sit here and say it's hard, it's harder than it looks. They need to realize I'm filming the show, which is great, and I'm so grateful. I'm also doing the Instagram posts and my online fashion business with my sister. Everything else in between, campaigns for brands, we're meeting journalists, we're meeting people, and edit and finish of the show, and I'm a single parent, and I have to keep my house tidy and wash my hair.